Hello everyone and welcome to another bite-sized bat rep, a series in which we bring you the key moments in the battles. Today's map is Conversion and it's a pretty standard 5-die mission type in which you can score 2 points for holding objectives in no man's land. In terms of secondaries, the Harlequins have gone for Engage on all fronts, which is obviously a bit harder to score now. They've gone for Retrieve Nephilim Data because their army's built to do it, and they have gone for Deadly Performance, which is a really strong Harlequin secondary in which you have to complete 2 out of 4 different objectives to score 3 points. The Sisters have gone for Defend the Shrine, in which they're going to pick 1 objective, and if they hold it, they get 3 points at the end of the turn. They've also gone for R&D, and then finally Leap of Faith, in which they're rewarded for spending Miracle Dice. Before we take a quick look at the armies, I would like to apologise in advance because it turns out Jamie has a bit of a habit of rolling dice in his hands, which you would never realise until you stick a mic right by his hands. So that noise you hear, that's Jamie being annoying. I'm sorry, but hopefully it doesn't ruin the battle reports. We have a light battalion, 2,000 points for the Harlequins. In charge we have got a Troop Master, and then we've got a Rifgul, Death Jester and a Shadow Seer for the psychic actions. The core of the list is 5 Star Weavers and 6 5-man troops, one of which is naked, the rest have 4 pistols and then a variety of close combat weapons, 3x3 bikes with Bolas and Shuriken, and 2 Void Weavers.
2 HQs, Morgan Val and Canoness. We have 3 troop squads, 3 basic sister units. In Elite, we have 10 Sacrosancts. We have 3 lots of 3 war suits, mixture of maces and swords. We have 10 Repentia, backed up by a Superior. We have a Dogmata as well. Fast attack, we have 8 Zephyrin. Heavy, we have 5 Retributors with 4 Melters, and in transport 1 Rhino. Hello!
Right, talk us through the plan.
Right, load of war suits here. We have chosen this for our ancient shrine thingy-majiggy. Yeah. We've got Rhino with some Rets and some troops here. They're going to bomb it over there. Morgan Val, bossing in the middle. Buffing characters for Repentia and Sacrosancts, and they're going to run hopefully to the middle. We've got some war suits to back the flank over here.
So your deployment has covered all the bases basically.
Yes, yes.
Boss. And then in Deep Strike we've got some flying ladies. In terms of the Harlequins, as you can see, I'm terrified of Melter, so we've got a lot of stuff around here. We've got a bit of a forward position to kind of move up. So that was the deployment. Jamie gets to go first, the lucky boy. So he will go and do some movement, and then we'll find out what his plan is for turn 1. Just like that, Sisters turn 1 is complete. Jamie, what have you done?
So basically, I've flooded Defend the Shrine, throwing some war suits over there with Morgan Val and the Canoness. We've kept these Sisters back because there's no point chucking them in the middle because they will just be deleted. And then we've reserved the Sacrosancts and the Repentia for later on in the game. And we'll just slowly move these war suits up just into this ruin.
Just a cheeky little move. Excellent. So the Sisters are staging themselves. So we'll come back to see how the Harleys have moved in response. The Harlequins have moved out, sort of. So the plan for this turn, these guys have come across here to steal this objective because there are only 2 models on there, and also helps me with my engage on all fronts. Here we're just casting up ready to strike. We've got Death Jester can do a little pop with some mortals. We're staging for future turns, and then over here these bikes are stealing or taking this objective, and they've kind of been positioned so they're really hard to see and get at. This poor Star Weaver is here just to die, but also score me 3 points for Deadly Performance. Couldn't quite position it to get shots off on the Repentia, which I wanted, so I just have to try and kill a couple of Sisters there. Other than that, there's just going to be a little bit of shooting in Psychic, so I'll do that and then come back and let you know how it went. Absolutely brutal shooting phase has ended there. Both Void Weavers combined to kill 1 Paragon War Suit. Everything else missed. This Star Weaver deserves to die because he did nothing. These guys did nothing. Death Jester did nothing. But it's fine, because we've got them right where we want them. In terms of score, we managed to score the points that we wanted. And now we see what Jamie's going to do, and how hard he's going to try and push back. Or is he going to play the patient game, which he is so well known for? We'll come back with his movement phase. The sisters have made a move, quite a strong move. Jamie, what's the plan for turn 2?
So we have dropped the troops out of the Rhino to hold this objective. All of this is going to charge into these, wipe these off. I failed in advance for these getting on the objective because they are obsec from the Dogmata, but it's fine. They'll just be shot to pieces now. These are going to get one shot off over there, but we may as well bring them out. There's no point in hiding. Zephyrin have dropped down. We're going to hopefully get a 9-inch charge over there.
Feeling confident. Nice.
Repentia are holding back.
Ready is the missile at the end.
That's it.
Like it.
Yeah, going
like
aggressive.
It.
Going
so
aggressive.
hard to think about how to stop the sisters just because of their secondary play as well as their primary play. So really interesting game shaping up. Jamie's going to do some shooting, charging, fighting, and the Harlequins might do some dying, but they have got 3 miracle or luck dice, sorry. So that could be all the difference. We'll come back and let you know how it got on. Super quick turn. Jamie, what happened?
Shot this gunship that we knew was going to die.
Just died immediately, failed all its war.
I did want to charge these into the 3 bikes, but I thought, oh, I'll shoot the melters, and they wiped them out straight away. So that was not exactly how I wanted, but it's still fine. We still got it.
It's fine.
These are holding the middle, which obviously is fine. These were going to charge the bikes, but you nicely ran away. But it is what it is. Yeah, not too bad.
Actually, a very quick turn. But it's scoring points, and the Harlequins are running out of space to hide and run into. So we'll see how they get on and what plans they can come up with as we go into their turn 2. The sisters have swamped the board, so the Harlequins are trying to push back. It's really hard to know which area to strike. As Harlequins, you want to kind of hit a certain area. It's been really interesting. So I've chosen Engage North France to see how the new one plays. But trying to be 6 inches from the middle is actually really tricky. The other option was behind enemy lines though, and that would have been even harder, I think, because that would have just been literally just throwing away units. As you know, you obviously want to play in triangles usually, so I kind of want to focus on this triangle here. In general, I've just tried to line up shots just to start chipping away. I think this is the area where realistically I want to try and knock a huge part of. I'm not going to get in his deployment zones, and I'm holding an objective, so I'm going to need to kill 2 units in shooting. Targets for that are these guys. I've got lots of guns pointed at those 5 ladies, or 4 ladies, sorry. These bikers have come over here to help me with another engage, and they're going to try and take Jamie off this objective, so potentially knock Jamie down to a 4. We'll see if I manage that. I'm not really worried about my primary too much at the moment, but despite that I have loaded a lot of stuff into this area here. So I've got lots of potential shooting, I've got some fighting from my troop master who can then fight and getting back into transport. So yeah, I've got some interesting plays. How confident I am is not particularly high, but you know, that's why we bring these matchups, so we can see what new Harleys versus new sisters are like. We're just trying to score high, and I imagine it will be quite a high scoring game, with Engage maybe letting me down. But we'll see how this turn goes, and we'll come back when I let you know how many ladies I have killed. Harlequin turn 2 is complete, and there are slightly less sisters on the board than there were at the beginning. It took quite a lot of effort to try and kill you ladies, but we eventually managed it. Everyone wanted to keep missing, but we somehow managed to kill the 3 war suits with kindness from Jamie, and we killed those Seraphim or Zephyrin. And with the troop master went in, killed a few, and then got back into the transport because she is sneaky. Over here, these 3 bikes decided to kill 3 sisters with all of their shooting and all of their combat, so that was nice. And we're scoring well. Are we doing enough damage? We kind of dealt almost with what we want. So, been okay-ish. But now sisters turn 3. I think we're going to get charged by quite a few things, because Jamie...
Oh yes! Let's do this!
So, sisters movement phase coming up next. The sisters are moving forward into turn 3, and Jamie's doing his patented sod it, let's move everything forwards play.
Yep.
What's the plan?
Not really sure, to be honest. I'm a little bit scared. Going to throw these units up there and just hope that just all deletes. These two are going to gamble and try and get R&D.
Bold. Pretty bold.
Hopefully we're going to get rid of this.
That would be quite embarrassing if you failed spectacularly.
Yeah, but we like that. We know it's not going to happen. This whole corner is now very empty. It's quite, yes. We will see.
There is a unit hidden.
Yep. Cool. Let's see what happens.
So you've taken over the middle quite nicely though. You've got this locked down. The battle is definitely over here. So yeah, it's interesting to shift on primary. We feel like this is kind of a big moment in the game. So this will be interesting to see how it goes. So we'll come back and let you know how it went. So Jamie's plan was kill these bikes, killed 2 in shooting, 1 died in combat. He holds the middle. What happened over here, Jamie?
So I made, back over there, I made quite a few charges, big ones, 11 inches, charges, so running around. Here, you use your strat to fall your bike back, and then I managed to get an 11-inch charge, which you were only 8 away, so we got that in. They obviously took the 1 wound off, failed to get these in, which is a shame, but it is what it is. But these are obsec from the Dogmata, so we hold this at the minute, so that was quite big.
4 for primary again.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a really interesting game actually. It's can I now punch back and kind of, if I can clear there. Oh, another really big moment. They
1 or 2 and we got the 1.
Yeah, so happy about that. Classic Jamie. So we're now going to see how much damage we can do as we go and try and clear that side of the board. Harlequins, movement phase coming up next. Really interesting game shaping up here. As we said, this area needs to die, so we put lots of things over here to try and kill it. Chelsea is holding the back objective here. This poor transport has come over here to die, but by keeping a troop in there and trying to give him some additional problems, we will see if that actually works. So it might have been a mistake. Already thinking it might be. These 5 troops have come across here to try and deal with here, but I hold the objective anyway, that's the important thing, and I'm out of heroic range. And then finally, we're rodding over there. So, big turn, it feels like. If this completely goes to pot, then the sisters will probably have enough, but can I stop his scoring? The sisters are scoring so well at the moment, and that's the important thing. So, we'll let you know how it goes. As night time descends upon the Jamie arena, the Harlequins are fighting back. You will see that there's a lot of dead stuff here, as in you can't see anything because it all died. And then shooting phase went pretty much to plan. These guys didn't really do anything. These guys killed 1 Paragon and then finished off the 2-man over there, but that's kind of irrelevant. That's just a engage on all fronts. Over here, the Saracens died reasonably easily, I guess. I left 1 alive so my troop could charge in, kill it, and then consolidate. The Repentia just kept making all of their invulnerables, but still couldn't withstand all of the shuriken, and eventually died. And then Troop Master killed the Zephyrim over there. So scores are super close as we go into the final 2 turns. Trying to peg Jamie back and scoring as many points as he can. Hopefully, from the Harlequins perspective, we can push through and forward now, because we've got the mobility to just go and melt a load of stuff next turn if he doesn't melt to me first. So Jamie's got some thinking to do. Is the table turning? Let's find out. Let's see what plan Jamie comes up with next. What's the plan, sir?
Right, we've brought these ladies out to try and pepper these down. All this has come out to try and take this boat out. Don't know how this is going to go, so I've got backup shooting in line there.
Nice.
Hopefully Morgan Val is going to come and beat these gals up. Are they gals?
Androgynous.
Oh, very nice. This Lone War Suit's going to come and clear this whole area on her own.
Wow, what a hero of Imperium. That is quite
she's thinking she's had enough. It's going to be a close game. Very interesting.
It's going to be a really close game just from points perspective. I'm sure at this point we probably could work it out, but where's the fun in that? So yeah, we'll come back when Jamie has tried to smite some deliverance on the naughty Harlequins. a really interesting turn. Oh, if only the audience were here. So excited right now. Right, Jamie, what happened?
Jesus, that was hard work. So basically I put as much shooting into this gunboat as I possibly could and just whiffed.
Harlequins did Harlequins.
Eventually I did kill it with the 2 war suits over here, but I didn't want to really put that in. And then we discussed whether it was worth killing it, but then it was, so we done it. So I managed to hold this for the turn, your turn 4, but still these
guys emergency disembarked.
Yes, which is a
pain.
pain.
To be a nuisance now.
We managed to just clear the middle with Morganval fighting
so
twice.
These 2 suits, Morganval again, just after a CP reroll, killed the 5 troops.
Nothing happened here.
Absolutely nothing. So Jamie's still scoring well, which is how the sisters play. It's exactly the same as Harlequins. Both armies play well. He's going to go down to the wire. Really exciting stuff. We'll come back after the Harlequins movement phase. Right, so the Harlequins are looking to pounce and try and make the battlefield their own. As you can see, we've kind of just gone Operation Kill stuff over here. We've got some backup on this objective over here. We're just going to try and kill the suits. Morganval's really hard to deal with. We're not going to worry about it too much. You can't do too much on her own, hopefully. We're just going to try and kill all the peripheral stuff. Over here, these guys have run over there, going to try and kill some retributors and hold that objective. And over here, we're going to try and take this objective, reducing it to a 4, maybe even a 0. That's the ultimate goal. And then we will kind of put us in a good position on the primary. And it makes it quite hard for him to get his final point here for Defend the Shrine. So it feels like if things go well according to plan, we've got a good chance of robbing the Sisters of Victory. We'll see how this turn goes. The Harlequins have done their thing. We kind of achieved our objectives, but failed on one particular bit, which is quite annoying. Anyway, we killed the stuff around here. So it's just Morganval and Rhino there left. They came in and did their job there. The whiff was over here. You know, just the blades just couldn't cut it, only killed 2 sisters, and all the shooting didn't do much either, or did do anything. So that means he does still hold up objectives. I haven't kept him to a 0, which is quite frustrating. I'm in a good place to score points later on with other stuff, depending on how Jamie plays it as we go into round 5. He's got a bit of the lead, just a few points. It's squeaky bum time. Can Jamie do it as we go into round 5 for the sisters? Jamie's strategic brain has assessed all the options.
There aren't any. It's over.
And he is going to do what?
Morganval is going to come and win the game as always.
Yeah.
She is basically come to this position to potentially charge these bikes, but it's all about shooting these off here will give me 3 points, and actually will give me 5 points for this mission. I need them dead. Also, it'd be nice to kill here this, but to be honest, I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
What I was saying off camera is what I should have done was these guys should have charged in, piled in around, killed them, and then consolidated here so they couldn't get shot by Morganval. So that was, I realised too late, but you know, that was the right play. So we'll pretend I did that. So we'll see if Jamie can achieve his objectives when we come back. Jamie, you had a master plan. Did that master plan work?
Nope. Failed miserably.
What happened in the middle?
Nothing. Morganval's rubbish. Get rid of her.
Morganval killed 1 bike. What happened over here?
Canoness failed too.
Yeah.
But we did kill these.
Ooh,
Superior for the win.
Yeah, I started failing for ops. It's a shame. So with that, we've got the Harlequin turn 5 coming up. It will just be kind of maximising the score. So we'll come back to let you know what the final score was and how wonderful Harlequins are. Welcome back, sports fans. The game is done, and as you can see from the score on the screen, the Harlequins are victorious in a really close game though. That we were both saying is one of the most enjoyable games, despite having to play Jamie. It was one of the most enjoyable games that we've had in a while because it was really tactical, lots of thinking, both scoring armies that score well. Jamie, would you have done anything differently?
Big time. Sacrosanct, Repentia running over here. I should have just held them back, concentrating on holding my 3 objectives this half. Biggest thing, because they did literally nothing over here.
Yeah,
thrown
we were
away.
saying like when the Saxons charged in, they killed a Star Weaver. Like, okay, and then they all died. In even like the Repentia, if they'd got in and killed the bikes, which they would have done, the Repentia would have still probably died. I just had to commit slightly more, and I'd be 3 bites down. Well, that hasn't actually changed the game much at all. So realistically, and we always talk about this, try and play in your kind of your triangles, although it's really easy to overextend. But
gamble, baby, gamble.
In terms of the secondaries, the only thing Jamie needed to push out for was Rod, which he probably could have fit the stuff in that corner maybe. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, trying to deny those 2 of those sister secondaries are so strong and so hard to stop. We managed it just at the death. But no, that was a really, really enjoyable game. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed another bite-size bat rep. Jamie's first time on the channel.
Hello.
He's
never again.
He's now 0-1 on the channel. He's quite a good Sisters player. Sometimes he does well. He likes to beat knights.
I did beat you last time, so
he did beat me last time. That was when I was playing Dark, and they've now been nerfed into oblivion. Anyway, this has been 6++, and we will see you again very soon.
See you later. Bye.